Hello everybody, East Coast Gamer here, hanging out. Just getting this ready. Why did I just do that? No clue. Alright people, let's get into the video today. So, there hasn't really been much news on Sony or Microsoft. The most news we've got is that I believe pre-orders for the next batch of PlayStation started today. Could be wrong on that. I know that it's coming very soon. It's definitely within this week that Sony said that they were going to put out the next batch of pre-orders. As we know, like I've covered in videos before, the debacle, Microsoft and Nvidia and Sony did a horrible job with the pre-orders. It was a disaster. No company got a W on that one. It was all just terrible. But today, get comfortable here. Today I wanted to talk about something that I find really interesting, especially because Sony is so not like this. Well then again, how the heck do I know? I'm not really into the Sony marketing team and whatnot, but you know, the big fuss of the day, the last couple of days has been that Sony is not allowing you to basically transfer your games from your PS4 to your PS5. You have to rebuy them, certain ones. Now, you know, obviously I'm talking about Spider-Man. A lot of people were upset about that. They were kind of annoyed. Some people just said, like, who cares, etc., etc., etc. It's a mixed bag of what's going on, and I just think it's really, I don't want to say interesting, it's a little concerning if you're a PlayStation fan, that the company is, first of all, not really supporting backwards compatibility. And you know, people will say like, oh, you know, oh, silly Microsoft, you know, backwards compatibility, they don't have new games, and saying, well, you know, here's the thing about that. Yeah, it could be kind of annoying that there aren't new games coming out right now for Microsoft, but at least they're giving me the option to play 360 games enhanced, Xbox One games enhanced, original Xbox games enhanced. Because, you know, sometimes you don't want to just play new games. Sometimes you want to go back and screw around in a game that you played as a kid. I mean, sometimes, listen, I love playing GTA 5. Well, I want to say love. I played GTA 5, but sometimes I want to reminisce about Grand Theft Auto 4, and I go back and play it, and it's beautiful that I don't have to pull out my 360, which, by the way, I don't have one because I sold it. I don't have to pull out my 360 and put in my GTA 4, load it up there, and play it there. I can do it all from my Xbox One. And same thing with classic Xbox games. Oh, I want to play Conquer Live and Reloaded. I don't have to pull out my Xbox from my garage, plug it in, and all the annoyances that deals with. Whereas for Sony and PlayStation 5, you're going to have to, you want to play a PS3 game, a PS2 game, even a PS1 game, you're going to have to pull out your old consoles to play them. Or, you know, you pull out your PS4, you know, it's kind of, that kind of sucks. You know, I think backwards compatibility should automatically be a thing for every console, for every generation of games. Because, again, it's kind of irritating to have to pull out your old consoles, find the games, you know, set it up on the TV. Sometimes people just don't have the space for that. Especially the older consoles, like, you know, the PS2 is pretty small and stuff, but the wires are kind of annoying. You know, you gotta plug in the damn yellow, white, and red wires. Remember those things? The AVs. You know, it's annoying. It's annoying. And to make people pay for a game that they already paid for, again, is kind of messed up. I don't really know what Sony's strategy is. But, you know, it kind of, I feel like it kind of sucks, honestly. It really does. I mean, you're looking at it, if I bought something, and then, like, I mean, I guess you can say, like, I guess, you'll have the people who say, well, you want to buy a new phone, like a new iPhone, it's going to cost you a full amount of money, I suppose, but the thing about that is that it's a newer version, it's upgraded, it's more unique than the old one that you have. The thing about, upgrading a game and having to pay for the full price is like, well, you're not really paying for significant amounts of upgrades. I mean, yeah, the graphics are better, but that's really about it, right? Maybe you get more DLC and whatnot, but to have to repay for that is kind of stupid in my opinion. And especially the whole backwards compatibility thing, I think that's just I think that kind of sucks. And especially now that these next gen games are gonna start costing $70, which is just ludicrous in my opinion. I really think that's just crazy. I mean, for 20 plus years now, probably even back in the 80s and the 90s. Again, I wasn't gaming back then, so I don't know. But based on my experience, new games are $60. They've been $60 for a very long time, and I think that's crazy. Like, we got to a point, especially with the whole season pass stuff and DLC stuff and all that nonsense, the loot boxing crap, where games became like $120. And the thing is, people will justify that by saying the technology is bigger, better, stronger, faster. Yet a lot of these games come out broken. They're either broken, incomplete, or they're not what they could be. For instance, I will use the sports genre completely and totally because this completely pertains to it. I mean, literally, 2K every year, their games are glitchy, broken, they are not $60 games. They're more like $20 games. And so now you want to charge me the extra money plus the season pass and etc. That's crazy. I think games should be a little lower. Like I would say 45, maybe $30, because at the end of the day, you're gonna make that money up anyways. And if you keep raising the price of games and people are just you're especially Sony here, you are playing right into the hand of Microsoft with their Game Pass, because people are gonna say, well, let me think about this. Am I gonna pay $70 for one game, or am I gonna pay $15 a month for 100 games? And Microsoft will continue to add new titles and new genres to Game Pass. I mean, it's up to the consumer. You do you, but for me, I'm gonna say, $15 a month for 100 games, or $70 a month for one game. $70 for one game. If I want to buy two or three, that's gonna be 100, 200 plus dollars, 210. It's an interesting thing that Sony's doing. I don't know what the hell they're doing actually, but we shall see what happens with Sony. I definitely have a word of warning for them though. And a lot of people have been making the valid point that maybe they're running off the high of winning the eighth generation, because the PS4 sold out more than the PlayStation 1. They destroyed Xbox. So they're probably thinking they could take these risks because people are still going to buy Sony products. They're going to buy PlayStations for the name, but after a while that doesn't happen, People are going to start going to be annoyed by the BS that you're doing, and they're going to go to the other competitors. So this is very risky for Sony, and we shall see if they crack, because I could see them saying this, that, the other. They've been saying a couple of odd things, lying actually, about oh, we only care about next gen. We want you to feel the next gen experience. No more PS4 games, and then the new Spider-Man and uh, Zero Dawn, I believe it's called, are now PS4 games too. So, basically, what is the thesis of this video is that Sony, you are in the driver's seat right now because of your successes from your previous consoles. You've won most sales wars. Last generation, especially the generation before, was close, but you did outsell the 360, and of course the PS2 and the PS1. But it's a word of warning, because just because you're on top right now, it doesn't mean you can stay on top forever. And eventually, as many people are finding out with these like sporting companies, other people still buy fucking Madden and 2K for what reason I don't know. You have to be careful because people are gonna start getting irritated at that, and at the end of the day, consoles are really about the consumer, and the it's very important about it's all about the consumer when it comes to video games. At the end of the day, you want people to buy your consoles, want to buy games on the console, buy the accessories. You have to entice and support us customers. You can't bullshit and do stupid things like this. And it is straight up stupid in my opinion. But I'm just a guy on YouTube giving my opinion on Sony right now. Like I said, it's up to you. You know, you can't really I can't really criticize you if you're gonna buy a PlayStation. Obviously, like I said, the games they have are just phenomenal, and I really like what they're doing with the console design, and their controllers are pretty decent, minus the battery life being a problem. But anyways, this is the East Coast Gamer. I'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully there's some extra news that I can talk about and rant and rave about. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.